When Eric came to me, he had been struggling with constipation, headaches, fatigue, insomnia, abdominal pain, and anxiety, all of his adult life. This caused him to spend less time with his family due to discomfort and pain, and gave him less energy to do his work as a teacher. Eric is now 50, and after 30 years of having these symptoms, Eric has gone to multiple doctors to fix his symptoms, but none of his doctors have helped. Eric has also tried dramatic diet change to heal, and while he did lose weight, his constipation and headaches never went away. And worse, he wasn't even able to sustain his weight loss because the diet left him feeling hungry all the time. But in just 6 days, on his new custom protocol built to his body's specific needs inside of the Better Belly method, his constipation, headaches, fatigue, insomnia, abdominal pain, and even anxiety either stopped or dramatically decreased. That improvement has also lasted his entire first month of being on his new protocol. If you have tried diet restrictions but felt too hungry to be able to sustain the diet, or visited multiple doctors to try and heal your problems but haven't found solutions, if you've been told by doctors that your labs look normal, or you've made changes in your diet or exercise or even supplements but you aren't getting results, if you want an easier way to get rid of your bloating, constipation, fatigue, insomnia, and more, then this episode is for you. Hear straight from Eric exactly what his life was like before starting the Better Belly method, and hear what it's been like in just the first week and month on his custom protocol, and learn exactly how you can get these results too. Hey friend, welcome to the Better Belly podcast. Do you want freedom from bloating and constipation? Do you find yourself up late at night Googling natural constipation remedies, causes for bloating, or recipes and exercises to help constipation? Are you frustrated with the mind game of trying to figure out what foods are helping or hurting your gut? Hey, I'm Allison, mom, wife, and functional gut health practitioner. At a young age, bloating and constipation were my constants. I didn't know what to do and wished I could just live a normal life focusing on my passions, my job, and my family. I was tired of abdominal pain that woke me up at night and wasting time and money on gut health remedies that just didn't work. Breakthrough moment, the functional medicine and osteopathic approach to gut health. In this podcast, you will find natural remedies for bloating and constipation, practical, doable belly exercises and massages, and debunk the myths about what really is causing your tummy problems. So toss out those laxatives and say goodbye to that embarrassing gas. Your gut health is calling. And just as a reminder, this information is not meant to diagnose, manage, or treat disease. Always consult with your own health practitioner before you make any changes to your health. Well, I hope you don't mind. I'm actually recording this right now, partly because if you were open to it, I was looking at your results were really great. And I thought, if we could record some of this and just share some of the good things that's going on, that it might be encouraging to someone who also might be going through this. And also, like, you're only a month into this, right?
Yeah, not even a full month.
It's amazing. Why don't you tell us I'm reading what you had shared in here in your coaching call confidence form, but I would love to hear in your own words, what has this last month been like? Like, you came with constipation, headaches, fatigue, sleeplessness, and what has changed in the last few weeks?
Well, and to be honest with you, I was like, is this really happening? I'm like, I started to think I was maybe having like a placebo effect or something. I was having some type of psychosomatic because um I started like third, fourth day of December,
Yeah.
bringing one thing
Okay.
in at a time. And I just noticed like by the fifth or sixth day, I was like, oh, I'm kind of like going regularly and I kind of don't feel as anxious and I kind of like don't feel as tired. I mean, I still feel it's only been a couple of weeks. I still feel, tired, but I was like, but I do feel like I've got some more energy. So it's just I almost was incredulous at first. I was like, I'm not
Yeah.
really I was like, is this really could it really be having an effect that quickly? And then I was like, well, I don't know. I did stop eating a lot of things that I guess were probably like doing me harm. But yeah, so like I'm trying to remember what it is that I wrote. So yeah, I was feeling a little bit of energy. I was sleeping through the night better, so
Yes.
I wasn't waking up as often. Or if I did wake up, I actually did wake up a few times 'cause I'm drinking a lot of water. So I was waking up a lot in the night, and then I was like, "Oh, am I gonna have trouble falling back asleep?" And then I was like, "No, I fell right back asleep." Um, Sometimes I would wake up like 2, 3 in the morning, and I would just stay up. And
Right.
I wasn't sure why. I started thinking about stuff. I started worrying about things, but now I was like, am I gonna have a problem falling back asleep? And I'm like, nope, like, I'm out. So
Good.
I was
Great.
sleeping better. I was feeling a little bit more energy during the day. Yeah, and I right before I was actually the month before we started, I actually was having kind of a rough month. November was kind of hard. I had a constant headache. I think I had a headache like every day for like 2, 3 weeks. And yeah, like 4 or 5 days in, I was like, my headache's gone and I haven't had it in a while. And um, so yeah, just a lot of different little things. I was like, okay, something's working.
Hey, friend, working on your health shouldn't be something that is taking all your mental energy and focus from your day to day living. You shouldn't have to plan your days around trips to the bathroom or siphon out your best energy to manage all your symptoms. You can live in a way where you have the energy to get through whatever your day throws your way. Not only am I proof that this is possible, but the 100 plus clients I've worked with over the last 3 years are too. They are able to live every day with energy, without bloating, and feeling like their best selves. How is this possible? Through the Better Belly Method, my signature method to reduce your symptoms by 80% in 3 to 6 months, leaving you in a place where health feels easy. I want you to be able to go to every one of your child's or grandchild's soccer games and be able to be the too loud cheering parent or grandparent on the sidelines. I want you to be able to take that trip to Europe without worrying about where the closest bathroom is and if you know how to ask in French. I want you to be able to enjoy the holidays and family meals without fearing how you'll feel afterwards or feeling guilty about what you do eat. Your life should feel vibrant and your health should feel easy. Head to betterbellytherapies.com/training to watch my free 40-minute training to learn exactly how you can make this happen today with my signature method. This is the best way to heal once and for all in a way that no traditional doctors will support you through and without needing to be on lifelong extreme food restrictions or lifelong supplements. I can't wait to see you living your best life. Again, head to betterbellytherapies.com/blueprint or click the link in the show notes to get started today. Now, back to the show. I mean, that's amazing. It's amazing on so many levels, right? So number one, like you made some changes and like it's nice when you make changes that you actually see a difference, right? And I think, before coming to me, you'd like done some health things. I'm trying to remember what you
Yeah.
had shared. Um, and
Um,
so, just feeling like when you change stuff in the past and nothing worked, it makes you be like, will anything work? Or, this is a lot of effort. I want to see something out of it.
yeah, I did try a program like about a year ago where I lost a lot of weight. I did lose a lot of weight. I lost about 15 pounds or so. But I was even on that diet, I was like constipated and
Yes.
I had headaches. So it was like one thing was working, but like
Not
other stuff
really.
was, yeah, I wasn't really,
Right.
and I was hungry all the time actually when I was doing that. So um
You feeling okay hunger wise, right? Because I mean, you're not doing
yeah,
it.
I'm actually realizing like at first I was like, what am I gonna do if I'm not gonna be able to, eat all this stuff? But like I feel like my habits have changed a little bit. Like I feel fuller faster and
Okay.
and eating stuff that I didn't think would fill me up. I was like, oh, I guess I'm getting used to this because like, I'm having a normal size portion and I feel full. I don't feel like I have to keep eating.
Yeah. And some of
Um,
that can actually even be, and like appetite's such a weird creature. Sometimes quick feelings of fullness is actually stuff people come with. But when you're like almost feeling with the opposite, where you just feel like you need to keep eating, sometimes it's like your body can't even draw nutrients out of the food it's getting. So your body's like, no, keep eating, bro. And you're like, I just ate a lot. And that's when we get all that. That's when you can get more weight gain because you're getting calories, but not nutrients. And
right,
then you get the hunger cycles and stuff. So to me, probably what's happened is not only have you changed some of your diet based off of, food sensitivities we found, but you're also doing things to help your body digest, through some supplements that are temporary until we kind of get the whole thing on board. And so that your body can do it yourself, but you're already reaping benefits,
Right.
which
And even before I remember thinking, I just had a full meal. Why do I still want to keep eating? And it was like, it wasn't really that I wanted to keep eating, is that I wanted to keep getting like salt and sugar. I just found like I wanted something salty or I wanted something sweet. Because if like you were like, oh, you're still hungry, have some more vegetables, I'll be like, no, that's not what's gonna do it. I just keep looking for those things. I was like, I really think I have a salt and a sugar problem. And it's like,
and it's
you-
not you, it's there's something imbalances in your body, and like a lot of times we think that's a character problem or like a willpower problem, and
Mhm.
it's not. It's just a cellular thing going on. And what I'm curious, have you gotten to any of your pathogen protocols? So like H. pylori, I know is on your docket, Candida.
Yes, I started the pathogen protocols, I believe, last Saturday, so I'm probably like 5 days into it.
Okay.
And yeah, I am starting to get, I just noticed yesterday, oh, I have a little headache again. And then I was like, well, this is probably the pathogen protocol.
Yes, you got this. You are a expert. You exactly. And that's great. And it sounds like, it was little. So did you end up taking the GI detox binder or just kind of
I
waiting?
did not, because I read it and I was like, take within an hour of the other side. And I'm like, I'm having so much trouble wrapping my head around this. You know what? It's not that bad.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna worry
Yeah.
about the timing on this because and it kind of went away anyway. So
Exactly. If it gets like worse or keeps coming back, you'll know you have something you could try. But in the meantime, you're like, all right, I started the pathogen protocol. You knew that you might get some more symptoms, so you weren't totally shocked or thinking you were backpedaling.
yeah, no, I started just with, like a little low grade headache right now, and I did notice that like a little bit like a spasm in my in my stomach. So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was like, it's doing something there because
Fighting. Yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah.
it-
Spasms in the gut can definitely be caused by a variety of things, but when you look at the context of what's going on, we can get an idea of why that might be happening. And one of them definitely is pathogens dying. My clients get it. Maybe like 2 out of 10 clients will be like, and then I started the pathogen supplements, and my gut was twitching.
yeah, it was weird, but I was like, okay, I guess this is one of the side effects because I'm waiting for something, I knew I was starting the pathogen stuff, and I was like, okay, this is where. It was 2 weeks of like, oh, this is working better than expected. And then I was like, okay, now I'm gonna start these things. I'm probably gonna not feel so good. And I was trying to get like ready for it. So
Well, I mean, you are definitely coming off as a totally different person right now than when either of the calls that we've had, like where we decided what labs we were going to order and then shared the results. Like,
mhm.
and it's so worth it. Like, this is just it's just amazing. And the cool thing is we're just in the beginning of the process, and the point of the whole process is not only are you going to go through the part where you start feeling better, we're going to go through a part where you're not going to need to take all the supplements and do all the things ongoing. We're going to get your body back to a point, kind of like putting a cast on, where you put the cast on, and once you take it off, you're not like worried the arm's going to fall apart again. You're like, okay, it'll fall apart if you break the bone through something excruciating, but generally, we're going to get you to a place where it's much more manageable and effective. So, but just to read out loud, just to glory in one, which once more on some of what you did right. You said your constipation was a 7 or an 8 out of 10 intensity, so 10 being the worst. And now it's a 1. Your headaches was a 6 or 7 intensity. Now it's a 2. Fatigue was 7 to 8. That's about a 4 to 5. Totally fine. It's gonna keep improving. Mood anxiety was about 7 out of 10. It's now 2 or 3, and sleeplessness was 6, now 2 or 3. And again, not even a month in. So super great news. Thanks so much for sharing some of that with our listeners.
Okay.
Hey, friend, I hope you loved this episode. If you've been a fan for a while or newly loving this podcast, can you do me a favor? Drop into Apple Podcasts and leave me a review. When you leave a review, you do so much. You help me know you're listening. You can tell me what you're loving so I know what to make more of. And you help others by boosting this podcast so other people like you can find the podcast too. I mean, it's a win-win-win, right? So if you want a way to pay it forward, just go to Apple Podcasts or click the link in my show notes and leave a rating and review. And if you want some more free stuff, just head over to my free Facebook group, betterbellytherapies.com/Facebook, and you can get access to all of my free support for you, including some Facebook group exclusive stuff like my podcast episode vault, where you can search the Better Belly podcast by topic and find exactly what you need to expedite your healing. I cannot wait to see you in there. Catch you guys next week.